Today we're going to install a hood lift kit for my Abarth 500. Let's get started. So what I have here is a hood lift kit for the Fiat or Abarth 500. So full disclosure, this was sent to me for free from a company to try out. I know there's a few different companies that sell similar things. I was kind of undecided whether or not I cared. I mean, I don't get under the hood that often. I know what they say about Fiats.
Fix it again, Tony.
But it's not really a Fiat, it's a Chrysler. But today we're going to try out this one. This was provided to me for free, as I said, but I told them it was on the condition that I would give my honest opinions. I know how these things usually go. If I install this and I'm like, man, this was great, everybody's going to chime in and be like, oh, you were totally bought off. No, sometimes you get free stuff and it's good. So we're going to give it a shot. All right, so I just received this in the mail yesterday. I haven't opened it or anything, so I'm going to unbox it right now. All right, so here are the actual shocks. It's got a really nice carbon fiber finish on there. Doesn't look like a cheap decal. That's pretty nice. So of course we got two of those. And we've got some brackets. These are steel. It looks like they're painted or powder coated. Heavy duty, I expected them to be some like thin aluminum, but no, those are really nice. And same for the upper bracket. Those are steel. And then we got some hardware that is, the bolts are stainless. Most of that looks stainless as well. All right, so I was wondering what this piece is for. This looks like it's used to aid in the installation. I kind of wondered because it just has electric tape on here. And I figured if it was permanent, it would probably have a nicer tubing on there. So I think this is just an installation aid, but I'm gonna go out to the car and show you how to do it. Well, so far the instructions are useless, which if I get this to work and you buy one, you don't care that the instructions are useless because this video is going to show you how to do it. But so far I've been looking at this for about 10 minutes and I'm completely baffled, so I just wanted to let you know that it's confusing. I'll figure it out, but I haven't yet. So according to the picture, it says to put it in this hole, which I don't have, or, and I'm quoting, put the parts D, which I think this, through hole B or C, through hole B or C to fix bracket on A plus C's, refer to the sample pictures. Well, A, B, and C are down here. I think these all need to be shifted up. So it's C and then B and A. I think the idea is that this would be mounted right here. So, okay, fine. So you've got this thing with this like the speed nut with the clip. Well, that makes sense because, you know, if you were to install that here, I mean, coming from the backside, fine, but it would be completely covered up. There's no place to put that hole would be visible, and that thread isn't even the same as the bolts they gave me. And then it shows in the photograph, okay, we have a bolt and a washer and a nut. These are the nuts it came with, which they actually do fit the bolt, but then I still don't understand what this is for. And there's a lock washer, I don't know where that goes. All we have is a picture here of this thing bolted, I think, here. That's it. So I'm gonna turn this back off and spend some more time sorting this out. All right, well, I've finally figured out the best way to do this. Take these instructions and ignore them. Here's what you want to do. So on the left side, you'll have to remove this clip for the hood prop. Well, it's off, but it looks like expect you to just take out this bolt here, put it through this hole. Well, since we have these raised lines, then it kind of is ramped, and then every time it comes up and down, it's rubbing on the paint here, it's rubbing on the paint here, and it's rubbing on the paint here. Not to mention flexing a lot. So here's what I did. First thing I did is I just grabbed some of these little rubber bumpers. I happen to have these in a drawer, so I mean, I can't really tell you what they are or where they came from. Any little rubber bumpers like this from a hardware store should help. And I just stuck it kind of all the way out at the end. Then 10mm ratchet. And then grab a couple little stainless washers. I think this is a 6mm screw. If you're in America, it's more likely you're gonna find 1/4" washers. That's what I had. I stack a couple of them underneath the bracket, between the bracket and the car. Just like that. That will help keep this level and not acting like a teeter-totter. And then you want to push this in a little bit so it doesn't interfere with the hood here. Snug it up and that's it. There is a lot of flexibility. I think these brackets must be used for multiple cars since there's so many holes and none of them line up with anything. Now I have looked, the more expensive hood kits that you can get, they actually bolt to the radiator support bolts here. I think that's a much better option, and that's how I would have designed this kit. That is not how they chose to do it. I think it will work, but again, this is probably a bracket used on multiple cars. Okay, moving up to the top. Here's where things get tricky. From the instructions, it isn't at all clear what they're asking you to do. It involves this rod with these clips that don't fit anything in the kit. So what I did is I took it off one end and took a little piece of tape, put it on the back, took this little rounded over nut and just attached it like this. So you want it bent like this so that it's zigzagging over so that you can sneak it in and just kind of set it here. Now that nut will be lined up. You take your bolt and your washer and your bracket, and you should be able to carefully steady it and get this started. As soon as this bolt is started, pull this rod out. Hopefully the tape comes with it, but if it doesn't, it's not a big deal. It's kind of hard to hold all the pieces, especially with the hood prop in the way. There, I've got it started. Okay, and when you install this, you want the ball pointing in this way. Down here, the ball points that way, so they're gonna point opposite directions. But if you flip this bracket so that it's facing in, it will hit this lip down here. So now it's just a matter of tightening this up. It might be kind of hard because there's nothing holding the nut on the back, but I don't really have any advice for you besides keep trying. And then 13mm wrench, tighten it up. And then you just snap on your shock. Now you might have to, with these, take a small screwdriver or a pocket knife, whatever, and just pull this clip out a little bit to help snap it on. But they should go on pretty easily. And then you got to remove the hood prop once you're all done. I found it easiest to do the driver's side first, because then you could leave the hood prop there to help hold it all together. So if it would actually work, that pulls up and everything comes apart. I tried that and it wouldn't budge. So maybe you'll have better luck. That middle section is supposed to pull out. All right, so final thoughts. Would I recommend this kit? Yeah. This one starts, I think it was under $40, and then they go up if you get the carbon fiber ones. I will say the carbon fiber look on the shocks is really good. It doesn't, like if I just saw the picture, I would have assumed it just had some sticker on it that looked like carbon fiber, but these, if they aren't carbon fiber, are a really nice looking imitation, but I think they probably are real. The instructions are abysmal. I don't know if it's because this is maybe made overseas and the translation is bad or what, but the instructions are awful. But if you follow the steps I did, it'll work just fine. If you find a better way to have some sort of nut on the back of the inside of the hood, great, more power to you. This was the way I figured out without having to use additional hardware that you wouldn't already have at your house. I mean, other than a couple washers and a rubber bumper, which are totally optional. It would work without them. I just thought it would make a more solid installation with fewer problems with rattles and chipping the paint. Yeah, as someone who part of their day job is occasionally writing up instructions on how to do technical things, this could definitely use a little bit of improvement. It might be kind of universal for multiple cars. All that aside, if you just boil it down to this price versus the product, I think it's a good buy. I wouldn't have any problem buying it. You kind of have to freestyle it with the installation. After this video gets edited and uploaded, I'm gonna be sending a link to the manufacturers or the distributors, I don't know, that supplied me with this kit. So maybe they can use that information to improve this a little bit. But it's a good kit, it's nice, it's gonna be really convenient when I do open the hood, flip it up and not use the hood prop. And I don't think it really added much weight to the car if that's your main concern. You know, if you're chasing ounces, you probably don't have a hood prop anyway because you're just putting a stick under there. But if you're not as concerned with that, I think it's a pretty cool upgrade. I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm definitely gonna leave it on the car. So I will have a link on where to buy these at Amazon down in the description below. And if you have any questions specifically about the kit, you can reach out to them. I don't work for them, but if you have a similar kit and you've found better ways to do things, you know, drop it in the comments. Maybe you can help somebody else out. But everything I know about this, I just learned today. So I hope you gained something from this. And if you do choose to buy this kit, I hope this helps you out. Check me out in the next video for some more Abarth 500 shenanigans. Thanks for watching.